Assalamu alaikum. This is Afid Singhali. I am a student at Jahan School Online Academy and also revolutionary for batch class. I am 11 years old, living in Pakistan, and I am a first teacher for batch class in Jahan School Online Academy. So today is 23 June 2025. Today is Monday. So today I am going to talk with Maya. Our topic will be what are the origin of the life and language. So let's talk with her and know about her. So let's talk.
Wow.
So hey Maya,
5 days. Feels like ages. Hope things have been good since we last talked about indifference and empathy.
yes, but the topic is closed now. Now we will move to another new topic. So hello Maya, how are you?
Ah, gotcha. Good to close the loop on that then. And hello to you too. I'm doing all right, just being ready for a new topic, whatever you've got in mind.
Okay, so I will again repeat the topic for you. So the topic is that what are the origin of life and language? So let's ask some questions from you. So my first question is that why is water called the origin of life on Earth?
Okay, cool. Water and the origin of life, that's a big one. Right. So why is water called the origin of life? Well, pretty much all life, as we know it, depends on water. It's like the fundamental building block. All the basic processes that happen inside living things, the chemical reactions, the transporting of nutrients, they all happen in water. And the earliest forms of life, way back when, evolved in water. It provided a stable environment and all the stuff they needed to get started. Does that make sense?
Yes, this makes sense. It's really amazing. So my next question is that how do scientists believe life began in water?
It's pretty fascinating, actually. So, the leading theory is that life began with simple organic molecules forming in the early oceans, like amino acids and nucleotides, the things that DNA and proteins are made of. Scientists think these molecules formed from inorganic stuff with energy from things like lightning and volcanic activity. Over time, they got more complex, eventually forming things like RNA and then eventually the first single-celled organisms. It's thought that these early life forms were able to thrive in the water because it protected them from harmful radiation from the sun. It's a pretty wild thought, right? Going from non-living stuff to, well, us.
Okay, that's great. That's really nice. So, can you tell me that what role does water play in the survival of organisms?
Huge role. Oh, seriously, it's kind of hard to overstate. Water's involved in practically everything. It regulates temperature, which is super important. It transports nutrients and oxygen to cells and carries away waste. It's a solvent, meaning it dissolves a lot of stuff, allowing chemical reactions to happen. And it's a major component of cells, like most of you, is water. Even plants need water for photosynthesis. Basically, without water, everything just shuts down. It's pretty fundamental.
Okay, that's amazing. So, your answer is very nice. So, can you tell me how might early humans have used water-related sounds to form language?
Ooh, now we're getting into really interesting territory. Okay, so thinking about early humans, water makes sounds, right? Like flowing rivers, crashing waves, rain. It's thought that these natural sounds might have been some of the first things humans tried to imitate with their voices. Maybe they started by mimicking the sounds of water to communicate about its presence, splash, gurgle, or even just sounds that represented wetness or danger. Those sounds could have gradually evolved into more complex words and eventually language itself. It's like water was a built-in sound effect for early communication. What do you think about that? Seems kind of plausible, right?
Yes, it's nice. So, my next question is that are there words in different languages that are inspired by a sound or flow of water?
Oh, absolutely. Loads of them. So many languages have words directly inspired by the sound or flow of water. For example, the word ripple itself imitates the sound of small waves. In Japanese, suyu refers to the rainy season, and the sound kind of mimics the dripping of rain. There are also onomatopoeic words, words that sound like what they describe that are common across languages to represent water, sounds like splash, gush, or drip. And then you have words relating to the properties of water, fluidity, ebb, and flow, which are used metaphorically in language all the time. It's actually kind of everywhere if you start listening for it. Does that make sense? Or are you thinking of specific languages? I can try to dig up some examples if you like.
Okay, that's great. This makes sense. So my next question is how have rivers, oceans, and lakes shaped the way civilization developed and communicated?
It's a really big question. Honestly, rivers, oceans, and lakes have been absolutely pivotal to how civilizations developed. Historically, civilizations tended to spring up around water sources, right? They provided drinking water, irrigation for agriculture, and transportation routes for trade and communication. Think about ancient Egypt and the Nile, or Mesopotamia between the Tigris and Euphrates. These waterways weren't just resources, they were highways. They allowed for the exchange of goods, ideas, and even languages. Ports became centers of culture and commerce, blending different influences. And even the sheer presence of large bodies of water influenced mythology and storytelling. The ocean, for example, often represents the unknown, the dangerous, but also the possibility of new worlds. So, water has shaped not just how we get around and survive, but also how we think and tell stories. Does that ring true?
Yes, it's really amazing. So my next question is that if water is silent, how can it teach us about communication?
Ooh, that's a really insightful question. It's kind of paradoxical, isn't it? Water is often silent, but it speaks volumes. I think it teaches us about communication on a deeper level. Like it shows us that communication isn't always about words. The way water flows, the way it reflects light, the way it carves landscapes, it all communicates something. It teaches us to pay attention to nonverbal cues, to read between the lines, to understand things without needing them to be explicitly stated. And it reminds us that even silence can be powerful. The stillness of a lake can be just as communicative as a raging waterfall. What do you think about that? It's almost like water shows us that listening is just as important as speaking.
Okay, that's great. That's really amazing. So I think so. Our intro time is sorry, our sesame time is over now. So we will end here with another episode of the Spotlight Show. So thank you for watching, everyone, and thank you for giving a great answer. So